If it feels stale, what do? Work harder or let it go for now?
Let it go.
Let it go for now. Do you just do you just empty out your head? Is that even possible for very long? No. But you make an effort to not think about that. So what we're saying is you decide that you're going to deactivate that.
Okay.
Well, deactivating the thought's really interesting, because when you say I'm not going to think about that thing that I'm thinking about anymore, you're thinking about it. So you're actually activating the very thing you intend to deactivate. But let's talk about it. Let's talk about an active thought, a really active thought. We tiptoed into that a little bit earlier when we said, so the first thing that happens when you've got a vibration going is that other thoughts that are like it come to it. So now you're finding yourself pondering, you're mulling it over. You could even say you're stewing. You could even say you're obsessing. You're thinking about it. You're thinking about it. So that's the first thing that happens. But what we want to shine a light on is, as that's happening, you are getting more specific. More specific. So now you're thinking about it, and now you're even talking about it. You might even make a note about it. You might email someone about it. You might email a lot of people about it. That Facebook thing is really... So as you write it, now you're even more specific. And now, because you're more specific, law of attraction's more specific, so now more things are coming. So now in its getting more and more specific, it is also getting stronger and stronger and stronger, which means you're feeling a stronger awareness of your relationship, who you really are, and what you're getting stronger about, you're feeling it. So in the specifics of it, it's getting more active, it's getting stronger, its attraction power is more. So when we say deactivate, if getting more specific makes it more active, then isn't it logical that getting less specific would make it less active? So let's say that you decide that you're just going to put it out of your mind, but you can't because it's active. And now you're beating up on yourself because you intend to put it out of your mind, but you can't because it's active. And now you're beating up on yourself more because you're getting email replies back because you emailed those people, and so it's getting more specific. Now, the more you try to explain it, the worse it gets, and the more, and now you're saying to everyone, just leave me alone, I don't want to talk about this. And they're saying, then why did you bring it up? Why did you tell us about it? Why did you make it active in our vibration? We don't want to think about it either. So now it's active, and now you turn on the television and there's a show about the very thing that you've been bothering about, and you go to the hairdresser and there's a magazine, a whole spread on the same subject. It's like it's hounding you. People on the freeway are knocking on your windows and yelling it through the window. So you say, I'm going to deactivate this thing that is so active. Well, the way you deactivate it is by making it less specific. So what are some things that you could say about something that's really specifically active? I don't have to think about this right now. That's less specific, isn't it? I don't have to think about this now. I'll think about this later. This too will pass. You might argue with yourself about that if it's been around for a while. Or it might be a less active thought. Or I don't have to think about this. Esther will say, later, Gator, to herself. Later, Gator. Later, Gator. Sometimes, before we began talking about deactivation, Esther would see a look on Jerry's face, and she would say, what? And he would say, oh, nothing. She would say, no, really, what? What were you thinking? What were you thinking? Never, ever do that. Never do that. Never do that. That's a good time for later, Gator. In other words, only move in if it looks good where you're going. Never move in if it doesn't look good where you're going. In other words,
very good.
So after a while, what begins to happen is you get in this sort of game where you've been later gatoring so many things that you're just feeling better and better and better and better. And the thing people worry, well, if I don't think about the issues in my life, then what will happen? And we say the things that you are already a vibrational match to will come to the forefront, and your life will be full of meaningful experiences, you see. So let's say that there's a really specific and really not good feeling, really negative feeling thing that's active in your experience. The more you think about it, the stronger it's going to be, the more specific it is. So you get less specific and less specific and less specific until you're really general about it. Just really general. You call it, oh, it's an old stale desire of mine. And it's in the process of freshening up. And I'm really not thinking about it. Just get as general as you can be. And what happens is, as you move from specific to general, since it is something that is active in your vortex and really positively active in your vortex, in the moment you get to general, you start getting generally good feeling about it. Generally good feeling about it. And then more and more and more specifically good feeling about it. The reason that it gets really specific and really good feeling is because the vortex has already assembled all of the cooperative components. And once you get in there, they will begin to reveal themselves to you. So the specifics of it will come. But when you say it's stale, so I think I'll throw a Jeep in from outside the vortex, I think I'll throw it. We say, let the vortex do the assembling of what you've already put in there, you see. Very good.